Alright guys, what's good? I did not take any trades today. This is not about today. I did take a trade last week, which I didn't post a recap for on YouTube. I did post a recap on Instagram. You guys would have seen it if you followed me, ssg.trades. Right, but I didn't post it on YouTube, so we're going to go over it and see what it did for our pretend footed we're currently trying to pass. Right? So here's... Oh, what the... Okay, so here's the trade. All right, it was on Wednesday. We risked $475 and made 362.5. It was a short on ES. All right, not ideal. It wasn't even a one-to-one, but let's look at the trade. Okay, here's the trade I took. If you think I'm lying, look at the fucking picture. Look at it. Says Jan 7, 2026, 7:42 UTC, whatever that is. Okay, and you can go back on the charts. Okay, now let's get into why I took the trade. What happened with the trade? As you can see here, it hit partial TP, then went back to break even. And here's where I entered the trade. So why did I enter this trade? We had a liquidity sweep, order block right there, equilibrium. We retraced, and then I was waiting for a long time to get a fair value gap or inverse fair value gap in order for me to enter. But we didn't get that for a while, and then when the clock hit 7, we did have kind of a big move down because of news, but I wasn't expecting anything from that news. It's like usual day-to-day news. I wasn't expecting anything from it, but we did have a move downward, and at that point I was uncertain if I was going to take a trade, because when a move like that happens, you don't know if it's going to shoot right back up or continue downward. You have no idea, right? I didn't want to gamble on that, but we did retrace to that fair value gap that the news candle created and respected it. So at that point, I thought, okay, maybe I should enter the trade. It looks great because it ticked all of the boxes and the news wasn't too big. So I thought, okay, let's enter the trade, and that's what we did. It was a decent trade, as you can see. We went to partial TP straight away, basically, like maybe in like 7 to 10 minutes. Right, straight down candles, red candles, you can see. But right after we hit partial TP, we did start reversing, which is when, well, actually, I moved my stop. Okay, so we did start reversing, and that's when I got a little concerned because I wanted a full TP trade. But as usual, at partial TP, I took out 50% and I moved my stop loss to break even. So, it was kind of stress free at this point. I didn't care too much. And for a lot of my trades, this happens. I think I need to figure some way around it. Maybe just go for a one-to-one from now on. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But for this trade, it did start reversing, and it inversed that bearish fair value gap, which is when I thought, okay, this, for sure looks like some of my previous trades where it goes straight back to break even and full stop loss. So I said, okay, why not move my stop loss from break even to a little lower so I can squeeze a little bit more profit out. Right now, you could say I was being a little bit greedy, but I think my analysis on this was right. I've seen it happen so many times. I was a little, I think I was probably a little greedy with that. I would have probably been mad if it hit that new stop loss and then went back to full TP. But I was really confident with it. I saw this happening so many times, so I moved it there, and we squeezed out a little bit more profit there. So overall, we made 362.5. We risked 475. Not ideal. Not even a one-to-one. Usually I'd want a 1 to 2, or usually I'd get a 1 to 1.5. But because it only hit partial TP and we went back to basically break even, we made less than a 1-to-1, which is fine. Still a win. I'll take it. And I was right about the trade. It did. If you go back to the charts and look at it, it did go to break even. It did go to full stop loss, and it continued moving up. Okay, so that's the trade. Now let's look at what it did for the pretend funded. Here's the pretend funded in 2025. We had, okay, just to show you guys, so this is only up till 20. Oh, sorry. So up till the end of 2025, we were at 2,422. and that's the number I put here just to show you guys I'm not making up numbers. Okay, so for 2026, here we're at 2422 plus that trade. Now we're at 2,784. So I need about one or two more decent trades to finally pass the pretend funded after literally like 3 or 4 months, long fucking time. But I think that can be cut down to like 1 month, maybe 1.5 or 2 months because I didn't trade. Well, we didn't. I don't really trade December or second half of December. First half of December, I think I took like one or two trades, and I did not trade basically all of November. Like, see, long ass break, and before that, yeah, basically all of November, I did not take trades. Uh, I was just being inconsistent with waking up and all of that, so I didn't take any trades there. So if you take that out, it's more like 2 months, I'd say, rather than four, which is still bad. I feel like you should be passing your funded faster than that. But I've never passed a funded, so just passing even a funded in 2 months would be very nice for me, right? And this is still a percent funded, so one or two more trades, we'll get there. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to tell you guys the trade I took and everything. And yeah, moving on. I just want to pass its pretend. Right after that, I'll get a real funded challenge and try to pass that. And keep going from there. But yeah, I guess thank you for watching. Follow or subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram ssg.trades. Thank you guys. Love you.